So it would kind of entail a lot of ensuring that we're complying with standards, with HICWA and that kind of thing, and the day-to-day running of the service. So that could be anything from meetings around the residents' needs, MDT meetings, varied roles, then ensuring the place is fully staffed, rostered, dealing with staff queries, staff problems or issues, and that's kind of my role. I suppose within the service then, for the nurses and carers working with the residents, they would have kind of a different role whereby they'd be supporting the residents to have their daily care needs met, assisted with personal hygiene, with their feeding, with those kind of things, and then we'd have kind of a very strong social aspect to the role as well. So that would involve getting out into the community, helping the residents to partake in activities that they like, maybe going to restaurants, doing courses, going to the beach, out and about for walks. So I suppose it's a very varied role and no 2 days are the same. So very, very different. So it's exciting in that sense. Generally speaking, the residents have been very understanding of the changes. I suppose we have tried to communicate with them through easy read documents, and I suppose staff who know them well, just explaining the situation, what's going on in the world with COVID, what's going on in the news. And I suppose generally speaking, we would work with disabilities, so someone would have limited levels of understanding, but I suppose we try and offer something else just to keep things interesting and to pass the day. But generally speaking, they've been very, very good. They've understood it all very well and adapted themselves very well as well, yeah. We've taken to walking in a big way, like most people in the country. So we have lovely grounds on the site, and I suppose there's an awful lot of residents out and about walking. We've had different things like some residents have started doing a bit more baking and these kind of things. We have one bungalow has decided to, they've bought mini speakers, so they have a big sing-song every evening, and that would really lift their spirits, because some of the ladies in the bungalow are quite extravagant singers. So they hit very high notes and very, it's loud, I'll put it that way, yeah, but it's very good fun. And I suppose that would be one thing that would lift their spirits, because I suppose life goes on in many ways, and it's still going on in our centre, even though we've had our doors closed to visitors and that for a long time. But I suppose, yeah, the residents are getting on with daily life, and the staff that are supporting them, I suppose, yeah, there has been a lot of very positive little bits and pieces like that as well, yeah. They're still having fun. I suppose we all have to try and stick to the guidelines for the time being. The vaccinations, while they're going slow, I suppose it's in the news a lot, but they are happening. And I suppose, like, we will get to the end of this, I suppose, but we do have to be patient for another bit more time. I suppose it would be nice just to get through it without having lost anybody important, or residents or staff. I suppose we do need to protect people, and I suppose these are the people we're trying to protect, the most vulnerable. So I suppose just to try and stick with it for as long as possible. I'm looking forward to getting out onto the mountains again. I suppose a nice dinner out wouldn't go astray, and a holiday. I think a lot of people would have very similar wishes, but yeah, it's been a while since we got out of the country, I think, and it's been very close quarters. So I suppose those things will be nice, just to meet people and give people a hug again will be nice, family members and things like that. It did, and very much during the first few lockdowns, like it was very difficult. You wouldn't meet family. I suppose I would have a lot of my family working in healthcare as well, so you would be very concerned about, if you did meet your family member, could you potentially be putting another centre at risk, that kind of a thing. So I suppose, yeah, we've been doing the Zoom calls and WhatsApp and those kind of things, like most people have been doing as well. So I suppose, and then when the restrictions allowed it, of course, we met up and things like that. but it has been, I suppose everybody's a bit isolated at the moment, you know, and it's been difficult, but it'll be worth it in the end once everybody's still there.